Hey there, welcome to Book Club. Today we'll be covering Chapter 4, Section 3 of our book, Decolonial Marxism by Walter Rodney, titled Transition.
Oh yeah.
I'm your host with the most, King Gino, and
Hey y'all.
got my beautiful, lovely co-host here with me as well. And let's
Wait,
dive
can they
off.
hear me?
I'm not sure. I don't know,
Hmm.
honestly. I think so.
Okay.
I would think so, yeah.
Okay. Let's hope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they can hear you. Well, let's get it.
Hey y'all.
Are you gonna read it? No.
No.
Okay.
Not you looking to the side.
No, I was looking at the
Oh, it looks like you're looking at me.
oh
The way it's set up on my phone.
oh yeah, you're above me. But anyways, transition, a temporary dynamic process linking two historical epochs characterized by elements of both the old and the new social systems. It is not a vague internal unfolding of history, but a brief, intense phase marked by struggle and change, especially within developing countries transitioning away from colonial or capitalist structures. And this is pretty much what Walter Rodney is focusing on this section of our book. Mode of production. The way society organizes the production of goods and services, including the relations of production, for example, slave labor, feudalism, capitalism, and socialism. Transition often refers specifically to a shift from one mode of production, feudalism or slavery, to another, capitalism or socialism. So I like this graph of our different modes of production, and this is pretty much what Marx is describing as far as our different um, economic structures, but really they would be called our modes of production. So how do we create all of our um, goods and products that we need for human survival out of our natural resources? What mode do we use? You know, capitalism being one of those modes of production. Leap, as in Marxist philosophy, a sudden and qualitative shift in society, often through revolution, as opposed to slow evolutionary change. Transition includes such leaps where new social relations triumph over old ones within a condensed period. So, um, drastic change in the modes of production, uh, drastic change in the social relations, and the structure, the political structure of an area or a group of people. Socialism, a system in which the working class controls the means of production, aiming for the equitable distribution of resources and the elimination of exploitation. Rodney identifies the transition to socialism as the only meaningful form of transition in the post-colonial context. So he was very adamant that um, striving for, the highest form of socialism at the time uh, would be the most meaningful transition, meaningful move, but he also details a lot of the obstacles that would make such a task difficult, such as um, dealing with the petty bourgeoisie, dealing with international interest, neocolonialism. Okay, you get rid of the colonizer, now they just figured out how to do it in a different way. And we'll go into that more with this and our next presentation as well. Capitalism and imperialism. Capitalism is an economic system based on private ownership and profit-driven production. Imperialism is the global extension of capitalist interest through colonization, military force, or economic dominance. These are viewed as obstacles to true development and must be overcome during transition. So these are some of those obstacles to that socialist revolution, um, that transition into socialism. Neocolonialism, a condition in which formal political independence masks continued economic and military dependence on former colonial powers or global capitalism. So it's not colonialism, but it really is colonialism. It just looks different. Instead of, oh, I own your country, it's like, oh, you owe me a lot of money. I've loaned you a lot of money so you can build your city. Now you owe me a lot. Now you owe me a lot of money, and pretty much it's like I still own you. So it's a new form of colonialism, often done through loans, debts, and the banks. Rodney argues that many post-colonial states remain deeply enmeshed in imperialist systems, often under the guise of new political or economic models. So, yeah, same thing, different day. Revolutionary versus evolutionary change. Revolutionary, sudden, qualitative shifts in society. Evolutionary is gradual, quantitative adjustments. Rodney argues for the necessity of revolutionary leaps in the face of entrenched capitalist structures, not slow reform. So he was very much a revolutionary, very much advocated for, the rapid change brought from the ground up, from the proletariat, from the most oppressed people, and a rapid change in the relation to production and the social structures that benefit the masses of people. Productive forces, the means of production, land, tools, labor power, technology, and their development. For socialism to take root, the development of productive forces must include the empowerment and education of the producers, the workers and peasants. So that's what Walter Rodney was arguing. For socialism to really happen, it has to come from the most oppressed groups, the working class people. And they have to be empowered politically as well as economically for true socialism to happen, for pretty much everybody to be taken care of. Once the needs of the masses are met, that's when we can sort of reach true socialism. Class-based class character. The social class, or alliance of classes, that controls the state and production. Rodney argues that true socialist transition requires a working class base. Without this, so-called socialism is often just state capitalism run by a petty bourgeoisie elite. So in a lot of places, they may put the guise and the appearance that the people are empowered and that socialism is taking place, but in reality, people could just be, puppets, like state-sponsored coups. We're overthrowing their leaders on purpose to put somebody that is in the interest of the colonial powers or the United States specifically. Yeah, happens all the time. Petty bourgeoisie, comprador class. Petty bourgeoisie, small business owners, professionals, and bureaucrats who stand between workers and capitalists in our class structure. Comprador class, local elites who serve foreign capital and imperialist interests. These classes often capture post-colonial states and impede socialist transformation. It's a little cartoon of the petty bourgeoisie being two-faced, saying one thing to the capitalists, but saying another thing to the masses. Yeah. International division of labor. The global organization of labor, where different countries produce different things based on capitalist exploitation. Post-colonial states remain trapped in this structure unless they actively restructure their economies away from dependency. So through those debts, they're able to maintain the same countries being empowered and the same countries benefiting from the exploitation of African natural resources and labor. And they do that through debt a lot of the times now these days. Yep. In conclusion, socialism requires not just state ownership or anti-imperialist language, but class struggle, worker empowerment, and the radical transformation of political and economic structures. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Got another PowerPoint for you soon to wrap up
That
this.
was amazing.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And turning pages, sparking
Turning
conversation,
pages, sparking
and
conversation.
conversations. See ya.
See ya. That was great, babe.
Thank you, baby. Bye. You liked it, for real? It was good.
So good.